ESGN Nation, what is going on? And welcome back to NCAA Football 14, the Stanford Cardinal online Dynasty. This is episode 14, and we're getting ready for a huge game coming up, which we'll see here in just a bit. We'll talk about the big game, the bowl game that we'll be involved in, as we finish the season, regular season 10-2. Losing only to UCLA in week 4, 38-32, and then losing in week 12 against Cal, a ranked Cal at that, losing in overtime, 27-21 in that one. So 2 losses there, and of course we could not get into the Pac-12 championship game because of those losses, and could not become eligible for the Pac-12 championship, but we end up are eligible for a bowl game, and we'll see who that bowl game here is. And it's actually a pretty nice bowl game. I wasn't really expecting us to be in that bowl game, but we'll see here in a bit. But there you see some of the coaches there are going to get some upgrades there. Our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator, they're both going to get some upgrades there. To get themselves better for next year, and of course, and most importantly, get this upcoming game that we have coming up here in this bowl game that we'll be a part of. But yeah, I was, for the most part here, for my impression for the season here for Coach TJ Bonds in his first year, I'm very impressed. The first 2 games was, we were on pace, we were just doing our business there, and then reality kind of set in and took in on us there in week 4, and then from weeks 5 all the way through week 11, I mean, we were just on just killing it, especially the game against Oregon. Beat them 49-14. Another impressive game was against Oregon State, 28-7, and then we start having some more close games. Of course, this year we defeated Notre Dame in Notre Dame, beating them 31-21, and then we had a very close game against a very highly ranked USC, who was ranked number 3 in the nation to start off the season. We beat them in a nice tight close game, 21-16 there in Los Angeles. So a very impressive season. As we take a look here at the top 25 poll, wrapping up the season there you see we're ranked number 5 in the nation, and I'm very happy with that. I think with us, if we win this bowl game here, depending on which bowl game we're going to be in, I really think that we're going to have a very nice season. We're going to be losing quite a few players, and with a lot of seniors leaving, so it's going to be very hard to try to fill in those spots there. Of course, remember, we're just coming in this program. This is our first year of this program. We have a lot of upperclassmen, juniors and seniors that could potentially leave, and put us in a situation where we won't be able to, we got to fill in some gaps. So, with depending on how many people leave, how many guys will leave us next season, that will really depend on our bowl ranking. But for the most part here, I think I'm really impressed with his first year as a coach. And of course, as a first-year coach, you got your lot of ups, your lot of downs, and you got a lot of issues that you have to deal with and try to become successful, especially with a team like this. There's a lot of pressure on you. So take a look at our Heisman, and of course Griffin did win the Heisman Trophy. Jason Griffin there, the redshirt senior. Of course, that is Taylor's team, as he is the Air Force coach. So congratulations to him on that. There you see Seymour, Brown, Lucas, and Modric, 2 Duke players there, the halfback and quarterback, both in the top 5 there for the Heisman Trophy. So he is the 2028 Heisman Memorial Trophy winner. So congratulations to him. And he put up some nice numbers there. Now, of course, we're going to take a look at the award finalists. But going back to what I was saying, I mean, to be quite honest, going into a game like this, especially in the middle of a dynasty with 2 people playing this also at the same time. It's tough. You don't get to know the players that well, especially with Harold and a couple other guys that I'm now just feeling comfortable with. Now I'm gonna have to get ready for another batch of players that I'm gonna get comfortable with. So really, it won't be until if you play college football games, you really don't feel and you don't really gel with your team until your 3rd or maybe even your 4th season. I know with if you check out my other channel, the main channel here on the channel, here on YouTube on ESGNet, Ohio Scotty's series, I love it. I'm loving how things are turning out to be. The players are developing really well. Of course, we're kind of going up and beyond of where we should be at with that program. But things are gonna. I feel like some things are certain areas of our game are gonna have to be eventually brought down to reality at some point there. But remember, Coach, of course, in that series, Coach Teddy Bonds is well established as a coach, and this was a challenge that he had to take on. And that first year, I wasn't really expecting us to be, in that national championship game. We did lose. We lost by I think 2 possessions that game. But eventually, we so far now we've won. We're in our 4th season now, so we've won it now twice in a row. Getting ready for the hopefully the 3rd championship in his reign as the Highland Scotty's head coach. But with his son here, Taylor and Steve have so much experience with this game, or I should say with this franchise, really. So they know their teams very, very well. They design their teams the way they want them. And for me coming in this one, I'm just going in there and trying to figure out how we're gonna do things. The coach TJ Bond's way. So I am going to be trying to work on a playbook for Coach Teddy Bonds, and the playbook is going to be kind of different. And I purposely did that. I want to kind of make it a bit of a challenge for myself. So I am working on a playbook, just like I am in the Highland Scotty series there, on some new plays and some new formations and stuff like that, just to kind of just spice things up and just change things. So we're not playing with the same playbook every single year, especially mainly on the offensive side of things. But as you tell there, we got one guy on our first team, that is Barber, who by far probably one of my favorite tight ends that I've seen so far in this series, with the exception of Hunter Cannon, of course, in my Highland Scotty series there on the other channel. But really good receiver, and I'm hoping that he'll be able to stick around for another year. I think he might be a junior. I'm not for sure. If I'm not mistaken, I think he is a junior. So, I'm hoping I'm hoping he doesn't decide to go early, because then we'll have him at least have another familiar face there on the team for another year. But then you take a look here at some of the players there, and of course Taylor and Steve got quite a few guys. Oh wow, we got a guy. We got Williams there representing us there for the NCAA all NCAA second team there, so that's nice to see. And then of course we'll take a look at the freshman team, and I see Steve has quite a few there. He has at least 3 so far in this category here for the freshman team. And Steve has, I'm looking at Steve's numbers, what his guys put up here this season. They had some decent numbers, even though we're not playing, to me, what I feel like is a good number of quarters. To me, 7 to 8 minute quarters is kind of a good number to play. So you get enough, you get at least 50 to 60 plays in the game. I feel like in this, where we're playing 5 minutes, I feel like we're only getting 20 to 30 at best. Mosley, one of our freshmen there, he picked up a honor there for the all freshman team. But yeah, we're taking a look at some of the awards here. from around the league. So you see Griffin, of course, got the Maxwell. We'll see who got the Walter Camp. Looks like Griffin again. So Taylor takes on another award there. Well, I actually was talking to the guys here when I was filming this, and I told them I would let them know because some of these guys are going to move on to the Madden series, which, of course, if you know by now, we're not going to be taking part of because of for whatever reason, will not load up. It will not let me play that for that franchise for whatever reason. I don't understand why that Madden's being that way, but for whatever reason, it's not letting me do it. It keeps freezing up, and I'm just not gonna deal with it anymore. So a lot of these guys will be in that franchise. Unfortunately, we won't here on the channel. Won't be able to get to see those players, but I will tell you now that these players will be involved. I've decided I'm going to go ahead and take some of these players, especially the ones that won awards and stuff. They will be involved in future draft classes in my Giants series there. So we'll see them in future Giants franchise draft classes. So stay tuned for that. You guys will get a link, or not a link, a video. There'll be some kind of video about it, how you guys can download those to to your game yourselves. You guys want to play that on the Madden. It'll be only on Madden 20. I'm only going to do it on Madden 20, but there'll be draft classes coming up. And actually, I've got two or three classes already up on there. So I'll let you guys know, like I said, in a future video of those draft classes and when those will be available for you guys. It'll be on the PS4 only. That's what I play on. So I've been working on those draft classes quite a bit here. That's why you probably haven't seen so much on the main channel. I've been working on that, and of course working on stuff on this channel too. Yeah, those are. But there's gonna be eventually a video explaining more about the draft classes that you guys can take a part of and be in, or not be in, but take if you guys want to, have a customized draft class from me. I try to make them as realistic as possible, but I also threw some fun things in there. It's not always what you see with those players. You might have to take a little more in-depth look of what they are. So you might see some players be able to play on both sides of the ball, and so on and so forth. So I did throw some interesting players in there in both draft classes. And of course, you'll see there will be players from not just from this series, but also from the High Scotty series, of course, and from Miles Marvel, his series too. That has some players in there that I think you guys might enjoy too. So if you've been watching that series there on the main channel, there's some pretty good, interesting college players that will eventually be a part in that in future Giants draft classes. So kind of like I said, trying to build my own little universe, trying to tie both this channel and the main channel together with players you guys have seen. And most of those players that you'll see in that draft class are players that I played against myself in this series, or in the Highland series, or in the Miles Marvel series. Yeah, I cannot wait for those draft classes to be released to you guys. And like I said, there will be a video about that. But take a look here. After I'm just yammering here, we are going to be playing in the Sugar Bowl. Yes, the All-State Sugar Bowl. We're going to be going against number 3, Bama. Wow. So Bama, 12-1 overall, 8-1 in SEC play. There you see we're 6-2 in Pac-12 play, 10-2 overall. We're ranked number 5 in the nation, and of course, like I said, to me, this game is it's just by the way the look of this was being played. This is gonna be almost similar to how Highland played Bama the first time in the first season there in the Highland Scotty series. I look at the numbers and whatnot. I mean, this Stanford team is really impressive. They got, they're a top 10 school. Even before I even, when I was on the verge of starting this series, they were a really good team. They had a lot of good players like that. Stephen, talking to Stephen, they're really impressed with what I've done with this school. And they just, at some point here, I'm hoping to meet one of those two in the national championship. We've already kind of got a lot of this is one part of the off season here. We got another off season video, of course, after this bowl game here that we're playing. But there you see the numbers there from their top leaders on offense and defense. And take a look at some of their top players there. Jay Bryant, their halfback. You got Charles, Banks, Davis, Paul, Miller, Harris, Jackson. So they got a lot of 90 plus players on that roster. And of course, it's Bama, so they're going to go all out, and they're going to have the best players, the best athletic guys out there to do some damage. And for us, for Workman, I mean, look at those numbers that he's got so far this season. He has 12 interceptions in his career, but for the most part, he was 6 interceptions so far for his career. So he's a junior redshirt. This kid has some potential. Will he stick around for another year? Probably not. But if you look at his statistics here, I don't know, maybe so. He may stay for another year. But I'm going to try my best to play keep away. And in this situation with the 5-minute quarters, we can do that. But we just got to make sure that we are playing, we make good plays, we make good catches, don't have turnover issues. And defensively, we just got to shut down guys like Brian and some of the receivers that they have. They have some pretty quick guys that could do some damage to us if they happen to go throw deep. If I'm not mistaken, I think Workman is a deep passer, but he's also a scrambler. And they got two backs there that one of them, of course, there's Seymour was up for the Heisman, and he could be an issue for us in the running game there. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. Trying to slow them down offensively, but at the same time trying to rev up our offense and try to avoid having any quick 3 and outs. That's definitely going to be something that we're going to have to watch out for, and just basically do a good job of just executing our plays. So like I said, that is it's going to be when you play against Bama in this game, if you guys don't know, I'm sure a lot of you do know, it's tough. It's a battle. So I don't see a high scoring game at all. It's basically going to come down to whoever makes the best, creates turnovers, whoever can create turnovers and take those turnovers and turn those into points, and whoever has ball last. So, like I said, we have to do a great job. We have to do an excellent job in this game from kickoff to the final whistle, and make sure we don't, get ourselves in a situation that we don't want to be in. So, yeah, and there you see Donald Harrell's numbers there. Great runner, and he's a guy that I'm really worried about. I mean, I feel like he's going to do a lot of damage to us deep. And then, of course, they got corners there that are just really great. Look at that. Look at that man. Look at that zone. I mean, it's going to be tough getting the ball past Davis there, especially a deep pass. So a lot of short passes. I would even say, running game is going to become very important for us, if not the most important aspect of the game. And just have to run the ball and just stay, with our game. We just can't throw the ball around, and we're really gonna have to watch out for that secondary that they have, because they do have a very tough secondary that does not give up too much when it comes to the passing game. They're very stingy. So we'll see how things go. They are ranked number 3 in the nation, and we're ranked number 5, and it's gonna be a good battle. So that video game should be coming up. That video should be coming up here in the next day, or should be coming up here. We are having videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I am changing the schedule up some, so I'll let you guys know ahead of time of when that video is going to come out. But we're doing Tuesdays and Thursdays now here with this series, so we can bring it up more often. But yeah, we'll see how things go coming up in the next one. So stay tuned for episode 15 as we take on Bama in the All-State Sugar Bowl coming up. Let's see if Coach Teddy Bonds can get his Coach TJ Bonds. See if we can get his first bowl game and his first bowl title here in his career. So that is coming up here very soon. As always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel by hitting that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of when this series or any other series here on the channel is uploaded to YouTube. Not to mention, don't forget to check us out on the main channel. Check us out on there. We got some good series over there. It's like our Hot and Scotty series and our Giants series there on the channel. Also, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. The links are down below in the description. We do have Patreon, so if you would like to help us out financially that way, and of course be a part of the Hot and Scotty series or any other all other series that we have on the channel, that's a great way to do it. And also a great way to help out with the channel financially by helping us with equipment and all that kind of stuff. But that is it for me. As always, keep yourselves and each other healthy, wear a mask, and I will see you guys next time.